Hey, good afternoon, everybody from Animal Kingdom Park. Jen is here with me, and we've got a couple of things on the menu for today. So come along with us.
Also, if you'd like to help out the channel, like, subscribe, and share, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on earth.
Okay, so of the plans that we have today, we're not going to ride a ton of rides, but I think we're going to try and hit a couple while we're here. But Jen and I kind of want to give you a life update on what's going on with us and our journey moving to Orlando and how it's been since we moved. Last time we gave you an update, it was only after we sort of got here and just, we were still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at that point. Now we've been here a few years, we're a little more grizzled. So we're going to give you an update on what's going on with us. But the other big reason for being here today is that we're going to have lunch today at Tiffins. If you are not familiar with Tiffins, Tiffins is the signature restaurant here in Animal Kingdom. We're going to take you with us and knock another restaurant off of our list. So we just placed our order. We got a couple of different options for appetizers. We were going to get the charcuterie board, but we've been to Nomad Lounge, and I'll link to that video up here in the corner. We've had that charcuterie board before, so we decided to get the seasonal cheeses and the bread service. And then for our entrees, Jen got the short rib, and I got the surf and turf, which is filet and Caesar salad. Okay, so the rest of the food is here. I got the surf and turf medium rare tenderloin with some scallops and then potatoes and veggies. And Jen got the short rib. Okay, so just out of Tiffins.
You know what? I'm gonna go as strong as that might be my new favorite restaurant.
I'm not sure that I'm gonna say that was my new favorite restaurant, but I will say this. Without a doubt, that's in my top 5 best meals I've ever had here at Disney.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that was outstanding.
Yeah.
My entree was the winner for me, but the bread service and the cheese were really good.
Yes.
Our server made the meal really great. She was fantastic. It's one of those meals that you're not gonna have all the time because it's expensive.
It is expensive, yeah.
Really expensive. It's in the middle of a theme park. If you're here for the day and you're going from attraction to attraction, that's probably not the meal for you. But if you're here and you've got some time to spare and you want to savor a really good meal, this is the signature restaurant here in Animal Kingdom. From what we experienced, the servers take pride in that. They take pride in the location and the history and the story, because essentially Tiffins is an art gallery of all the art that the Imagineers brought back from their travels while they were planning the creation of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, and they give you a piece of it to go home with. So this is there's one of 16, and it's actually a drawing that one of the people that were doing all of the research and stuff actually sketched to bring back.
So you want to show the back of it?
Oh yeah.
So it's got some information about the drawing. That's a take-home little souvenir. It's it's not worth anything, but it's a very cool thing that they don't have to do that they did.
Yeah.
So I think that we both agree. Fantastic. I don't know why we waited so long to come. Well, I do know. I knew how expensive it was, and I didn't. So we had a discount today, so that's how we decided to do it. But I'm so happy that we did decide to finally come, because this one's going on the list.
Most definitely.
Okay, so we are going to go over here to Pandora. I think we're going to get in line for Flight of Passage. I don't think neither one of us have done it a long time. And then when we're done with that, we're going to talk a little bit about where Jen and I's journey, our Orlando journey, is.
Direct from a record-breaking 2 million years at the bottom of the evolutionary ladder, let's hear it for the Monkeys!
So if everyone remembers, it was almost a year ago today that Jennifer had an accident and fell down a flight of stairs. So it's been a long year. I mean, she's been through a lot. How are you doing?
Still going through a lot. It's just been a journey of doctors and physical therapy to even get to where I'm at right now, which is not 100%, but I would say I'm probably at about 80%.
So you had surgery?
I did. I've had surgery on my shoulder and on my elbow. I did not have to have surgery on my ankle, thank goodness. So I'm about 2 months out from shoulder surgery and elbow surgery.
It's been a really long road, and she's done great. But if I could have one piece of advice for her and for anybody else is, don't fall down the stairs.
Right.
Okay, so just to kind of give everybody an update on what's going on with our lives. Last time we talked about this has probably been a couple of years ago. We moved to Orlando in 2020. Like a lot of people, had a lot of challenges in 2020, job-wise, and moving in the middle of the pandemic, and it was different. I don't know how else to describe it. Unfortunately, because of some job changes, we're unemployed for part of 2020, most of 2020, really.
Yeah.
But we did move here the week before Disney cut off annual pass sales, and so we had annual passes to all the parks. So once the parks started opening, we just started going, and that's kind of where the YouTube channel was born. Let's fast forward past that and talk about kind of where we are now versus where we were then. We lived in an area of town called Dr. Phillips. If you're familiar with Orlando, Dr. Phillips is right in the center of the tourist corridor. It sits right between Disney and Universal.
Yeah.
It was perfect for us when we first moved here because it was close to everything that we cared about, which was the theme parks. I mean, we were right across the street from SeaWorld. We were 5 minutes from Universal and about 10 minutes from Disney. And so we could get any of these places quickly. And plus, in 2020, there was no traffic. Felt like we were living in the theme parks. So fast forward a year, people start coming out of the pandemic and going back to work, and traffic resumes, tourism resumes, and the traffic over there just started getting worse and worse and worse. And finally, the thrill of living in that theme park corridor kind of went away. Yeah, it fizzled a lot. Luckily for us, our landlord, we were leasing an apartment, raised our rent a ton. And so it gave us the excuse to move. For most of that time, from 2020 to now 2023, it's kind of been business as usual. I mean, we all sort of live our lives and work and play and do whatever we can for leisure. You know, living here, I was perfectly happy going to the theme parks all the time. Jennifer, maybe not as much, but she's found ways to entertain herself as well. We've just moved to an area of town called Davenport. It's a little bit south of Disney.
A little less touristy.
Definitely less touristy.
More hometownish.
Right, but it's still not far. So Jennifer works at Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And I, up until very recently, worked at sort of North Orlando. But I left that job and now have gone to work for Disney. And so it worked out real well for us because Davenport being south of Disney, it puts us both about 20, 25 minutes, depending on traffic, from Disney. But it puts us far enough outside that bubble that it feels like we're not living in a theme park anymore.
I won't say it's really lost the thrill, but I'll say that it's not one of our top priorities anymore.
Right.
So, when you first move here, you're like, oh my gosh, I moved here and I can go all the time. It's no longer vacation and, and that kind of stuff. And you do that. And we still come, it's just not as often.
She says that, but yesterday she was at work and I was off and I went all the way to the Magic Kingdom just because I wanted a hot dog. So Orlando feels like, or has felt like, a foreign place because we moved here. Orlando is so touristy that unless you get 30 minutes outside of the center of Orlando, you never escape that tourism sort of feeling.
Right.
And now I think we've escaped it and sort of feel like that we've settled into a real life. It just so happens that we live close to the theme parks that we love. So I think to sort of wrap this up as far as we're concerned, I just wanted to sort of check in and let everybody know where we are. But also this is self-serving because I do want to mention that even though Jen and I both work in and around Disney, we still love it as guests. We still have our travel agency, which I would just like to mention. I'm going to put the address right down here. Sunshine Tree Travel. We love the parks. We know the parks. We know Universal. We know SeaWorld. We know Busch Gardens. We know Central Florida.
Yes.
And if that's something that we can help you with, we're a fee-free agency. No, it doesn't cost you a dime. We get paid by the supplier. So please let us help you plan a trip here, because this is one, if not the greatest, family vacation destinations in the entire world.
If you don't choose us, choose somebody to help you, because it doesn't cost you anything. It's a free service. It helps us out as well. It keeps us in the know, as you know, for the next person, for you and the next person. And it allows us to grow. It allows us to supply something that makes us happy, because like, I mean, we're ecstatic. We're ecstatic to share like where we live and what we do and what we get to experience with you. So, so yeah, anytime you guys have any questions, just hit us up. We'll answer them.
So the other benefit I wanted to just mention is a lot of times people will book your vacation. Sometimes you're booking a year in advance and you book at a certain price, and you're not constantly watching promotions and price changes, but we are. And so anytime that you book a vacation, just know that we will constantly be watching prices and promotions. And if a better price or a better promotion comes up, it takes no effort on your part. We'll just switch it for you. So you have an advocate working on your behalf. So guys, I just wanted to say thank you as always. We've always said that, and I hope that it comes across as being genuine, because it always is. But thank you for watching and coming along on this journey with Jennifer and I. If never lost, then never found.
So go get lost.